Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is full confirmed list of Liverpool summer transfers as Reds move for new striker and medicals underway. The latest list of Liverpool ins and outs for the summer transfer window as the Reds look to strengthen after winning the Premier League title. Liverpool are closing in on 2 more transfer deals as their busy window continues. Hugo Ekitike became the Reds' 7th signing of the summer after joining the club in a deal worth up to £79 million from Eintracht Frankfurt. His arrival took Liverpool's spending so far to £295 million, including add-ons. But with the Reds continuing to monitor wantaway Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak, they could find themselves smashing even the £400 million barrier before the transfer window closes. Despite interest in the Swede, Liverpool are yet to make a formal offer for the Magpies frontman. However, they are close to adding one new striker to their ranks. The Reds are set to make will write their 8th new arrival after agreeing an initial £200,000 deal with Salford City for the teenage striker. Liverpool have beaten Arsenal in the race to sign the forward, who will initially link up with their under-21 side after undergoing a medical. Meanwhile, Luis Diaz is closing in on a big-money exit to Bayern Munich after being granted permission to leave the Reds' pre-season training camp in Tokyo to complete the move. The Colombian has been pictured in Munich ahead of undergoing a medical, with the forward set to complete a £65.5 million transfer. Liverpool's summer business will not end there. The Reds are still tipped to strengthen their hand at centre-back, while the likes of Darwin Núñez, Federico Kiesa and Harvey Elliot continue to be linked with moves away. With the transfer window now open until 11 p.m. on Monday, September 1st, there will still be plenty more twists and turns for the Reds over the summer months as sporting director Richard Hughes continues to work hard behind the scenes. And with a number of fresh deals now close to completion, the Echo takes a closer look at all the transfers already completed by Liverpool so far this summer. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is Liverpool winger rejects Jose Mourinho interest in favour of Serie move. Kiesa makes Serie preference clear as Liverpool exit looms. Federico Kiesa's brief and unfulfilled spell at Liverpool appears to be nearing its conclusion. After just one season on Merseyside, the Italian winger seems poised for an exit, with strong suggestions he is seeking a permanent return to Italy. According to Calciomercato, Kiesa has now made his transfer preference clear if he is to leave Liverpool, which he's intending to do permanently rather than on loan. Signed for £10 million from Juventus in August 2024, the 27-year-old was a calculated gamble for a Liverpool side navigating both transition and expectation under Arne Slot. Injuries, however, plagued his first year. He made just 14 appearances across all competitions, with only one Premier League start, according to Transfermarkt. With no place in the squad for Liverpool's pre-season tour of the Far East, his exclusion spoke volumes about his future. Serie A return beckons for Kiesa. Kiesa's preference is understood to be a return to Serie A, where his stock remains high despite his misfortunes in England. Calciomercato reports that, despite interest from the Saudi Pro League and Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce, the 27-year-old is set to snub the ex-Manchester United manager in favour of a return to Serie A. Clubs such as Atlanta, AS Roma, Napoli and AC Milan have been linked, with the latter two emerging as front-runners due to Kiesa's previous relationships with Max Allegri and Antonio Conte. For a player seeking a club where he can return to prominence and benefit from a top-level salary, the fit seems natural. Liverpool, according to the same report, are hopeful of recouping €15 million, £13 million, though a slightly lower fee may be accepted to facilitate a move before the window closes. Frustrated opportunity at Anfield. Kiesa's potential was never in doubt, but the timing of his Liverpool move and subsequent injury setbacks worked against him. Luis Diaz's imminent sale to Bayern Munich has thinned Liverpool's attacking depth, yet Kiesa still finds himself on the periphery. It is telling that he was not given the opportunity to travel with Slot's squad for pre-season. With Mohamed Salah expected to miss part of the campaign due to international duty at the Africa Cup of Nations, many fans had hoped this might be Kiesa's chance to stake a claim. But as things stand, it appears that chapter is already closing. Even with emerging talents such as Florian Wirtz, Harvey Elliot and Dominic Szoboszlai capable of stepping into advanced roles, the departure of another senior forward raises questions over squad depth. Should Liverpool also land a marquee forward like Alexander Isak, it may signal a broader reshuffle rather than a straight replacement. Transfer that never took off. Kiesa's signing was seen as shrewd and low-risk. Yet, even in a system built on movement and intelligent pressing, he rarely had the opportunity to settle or contribute consistently. There were flashes, but no rhythm. One goal and minimal involvement simply did not reflect the player who lit up Euro 2020 and impressed so often in Serie A. The decision now rests with Liverpool. Hold on to a player who may still yet offer something in a long, demanding season? Or accept the realities of his situation and let him return to a league and style where he can thrive? For a club that has often benefited from patience and second chances, letting Kiesa go now may feel premature. But equally, it is difficult to begrudge the player his wish for a fresh start elsewhere. Our view, Anfield Index analysis. For Liverpool supporters, the situation around Federico Kiesa is tinged with disappointment. There was genuine excitement when he arrived from Juventus, not only because of his technical quality but also for the energy and directness he brings. Injuries limited his impact, but the sense was always that with a full pre-season and clear run, he could be a useful option. Now, with Luis Diaz likely to leave, this would seem the perfect opportunity for Kiesa to push on and contribute. Especially with Sulla heading to AFCON, the schedule over December and January will be intense. The idea that we might go into that stretch short on senior attackers is concerning. Still, if his heart is no longer in it, and if Arne Slot has already made a judgment on his suitability, then perhaps it is best to part ways now. Ideally, we would see him return to form in Italy, stay healthy, and remind everyone of the player he was not too long ago. A sale to Napoli or Milan feels logical, but hopefully, the club ensures it extracts fair value before shaking hands. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our third news is Newcastle reach agreement to sign former Arsenal star after missing out on top target in key position. Newcastle have reached an agreement to take a former Arsenal star on loan for the upcoming Premier League season, with the player cleared to undergo a medical. The Magpies have found it hard going so far in the summer window, signing only Anthony Elanga and missing out on the likes of Hugo Ekitike and James Trafford. While Ekitike joined Liverpool for £79 million, Trafford had been one of Newcastle's top targets for over a year and it looked as though they would make their move this summer. Instead, though, Trafford has rejoined former side Manchester City in a deal that could rise to more than £31 million in fees, meaning the Magpies needed to look elsewhere to strengthen in the goalkeeping department. They have moved quickly to recruit, though, with an agreement now in place for Aaron Ramsdale to join the club. Ramsdale, who was also monitored by Newcastle before his move to the Saints, is now likely moved to St James Park on a one-year deal, with the club having an option to make the move permanent at the end of the season. Ramsdale, 27, worked with Eddie Howe before when they were both at Bournemouth together. Ramsdale played for the club between 2017 and 2020, before departing for Sheffield United. In 2021, he got his big money move to Arsenal for £30 million, and was briefly their number one but soon replaced by David Raya. As a result, he joined Southampton last season, but the club finished bottom of the Premier League and were relegated. Ramsdale moved to Southampton last summer for an initial £18 million, and his contract runs until 2028, making an exit tough. Newcastle, though, appear to have found a way, and Ramsdale will now compete with Nick Pope for the number one shirt. The Magpies' pursuit of Ramsdale comes after Trafford was heavily linked with a move to Newcastle and is even thought to have told the club he was willing to join last summer. Howe's side were in talks with Burnley earlier this window over a deal, and later tabled a £27 million offer for the England shot-stopper. But when Trafford left the Etihad Stadium 2 years ago, though, he signed a contract including a matching clause, meaning if City matched a bid offered by a rival suitor he would have to make a return. Ramsdale, who recently lost his place in the England squad, has been given permission to travel to Newcastle for a medical and to finalize the deal. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Tottenham Hotspur are showing interest in this Liverpool playmaker. What will he bring to North London? In a recent post on X, journalist Sebastian Vidal stated that Tottenham Hotspur are showing interest in Liverpool playmaker Harvey Elliot. It has been revealed that Spurs are eyeing a move to secure the services of the English talent this summer. Elliot's recent season at Merseyside. Elliot struggled to find consistency for Liverpool in the previous campaign but put in a series of eye-catching displays for them in the Premier League. The 22-year-old registered 5 goals and earned 3 assists in 28 matches for the Reds last season across various competitions. The London-born talent was always willing to have a strike at goal as he averaged 4.12 shots per 90 minutes in the Premier League. He kept 23.5% of his attempts on target. Elliot was even accurate when distributing possession in the opponent's half after making 82.2% of his attempted passes in the English First Division, stats via FBref.com. His current contract at the Merseyside club will run out in the summer of 2027. Thus, Tottenham would have to make a convincing offer if they are serious about recruiting him this off-season. What will Elliot bring to Tottenham Hotspur? Elliot is a good dribbler with the ball at his feet and can make a few driving runs with it out in the wide areas. He has got the eye to play some decisive passes in the final third and can shoot the ball with power from long range. Elliot usually works hard for his team but can give away the ball cheaply at times at the center of the park. The English sensation is primarily an attacking midfielder but can also play as a right winger or as a box-to-box midfielder if asked to do so by his manager. He has already got some experience in the Premier League and won't take much time to adjust to life at the North London club. Elliot would bring more quality and depth to Tottenham boss Thomas Frank's frontline. He is good enough to fight for regular first-team football at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium next season. At 22, Elliot has the potential to be a future star in the Premier League. Therefore, it makes sense for Spurs to go all out to bring him on board before the end of this transfer window. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.